What is up, Aries? It's your girl Kelly coming straight at you for the Queen Tarot Beat in Boston. So I'm finally back. Married lady here. Sadie, married lady. You guys won actually the free reading from last month. So I will be going through the comments on that prior video for last month and I will choose a winner. I will write something specific. You will have a certain amount of time to answer me. Unfortunately, I can't wait for 3 weeks. Some people never answer. But it's a 60-minute live free reading on Skype with me. So be checking for your comments. If you see that I've replied to your comment, please check the comment to see what it says. Aries. Why isn't ever there a month when I sit down and pull in your energy and it's like, yay? I sit down and I'm like, yeah, not so much. And I think maybe it's because I'm an Aries sun and an Aries rising. And so it's like I pull in your energy double. And it feels really like you were prior to everything, you were already standing back watching people's motives. And I feel like even more so, you've zeroed in on watching those motives, watching certain people behave, or watching the way everyone's behaving. Because I know a lot of us have been getting the inkling, our instincts at us, and we've been getting a lot of readings saying that there is somebody around us who does not have good intention. I think it's safe to say that that's absolutely 100% true. Going through this is tough because when you don't know where it's coming from and you don't know how to stop the negativity or who's doing it, it's time to watch and observe. And that's one thing we have to learn as Aries, when to listen and when to speak. Now, there's a big difference between listening and hearing and just listening and ignoring. So remember that. We have to learn when to listen and when to speak. Right now is a time to listen, guys. Right now is a time to watch. Use your eyes and ears. Your intuition will never guide you the wrong way. And so if you're already feeling a certain way about a group of people, even if it's your family or a group of people and it's got to do with friends, watch that intuition. Watch the way certain people behave around you. And you'll figure it out. It may come as a surprise because I know a couple of mine did. And when I say a couple, there's quite a few people around you that don't want to see you happy right now. You've been through a lot. You've seen a lot. These retrogrades have kicked our ass for, we've been getting our ass kicked since last summer, maybe even before that, I think. So us finally coming to that fruition and happiness and the good karma that we've put out there for those of us who actually behave and do what we're supposed to do, that is. Don't get it twisted, y'all. For those of you who aren't doing what you're supposed to do, that's on you. That karma's all yours. I tried to tell you, I tried to give you advice, tried to warn you. So now in this crazy retrograde season with Pluto retrograde and Mercury retrograde and lunar eclipses and full moons, and you guys are feeling it. I know you are. But for those of you who have really put in seeds and you're waiting for that harvest and it's just been going and going and going and you're sitting back like, is this thing ever going to grow? Like, is this thing ever going to manifest into what I've put in the work for? Am I ever going to see results? The answer is yes. But the problem is that with that, it's so hot I can't talk. We have 71% humidity and it's only 82 degrees right now. Whew. So anyway, excuse me, still getting rid of another chest cold. So that's where I've been, in case you're wondering. Getting married and being sick. I was like, oh, I can die after the wedding. Just let me get through the wedding. So for those of you who are feeling that, follow it. Follow that intuition, that inner guidance, that part of yourself that says, okay, zero in and watch the behavior. I feel like this person is insulting toward you and you know it, but you always pick and choose your battles. So it's like you're just kind of sitting back watching, like, what is your real intent? Because you're not being passive aggressively and subtly disrespectful for no reason? What is your intent behind that reason? What is going on that's causing you to behave that way toward me? And I think a lot of people don't want to see you happy right now. People never want to see people happy. That's what's wrong with the world moving into the age of Aquarius today, is nobody wants to see anyone happy. Everybody's drama, everybody's fighting, everybody's this, everybody's that. It's crazy right now. So I caution you, be careful on who you keep in your close circle right now, because Pluto retrograde is causing everyone to show who they really are and to face themselves in a shadow self. Now, I have had no problem with that because I know who I am, I do my work, I face myself, and many of you do too. But people who aren't awakened, people who aren't understanding this stuff, they don't know what a shadow self is. So they just behave in that shadow self and they don't realize they're giving themselves away. They think they're just in a bad mood and, nobody notices, but you notice when somebody's acting in a certain way toward you. Now, the thing I found most interesting is I shuffled 3 decks for you guys. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 decks in front of me. So I shuffled at least 3. And the thing I found interesting is that this card, the 5 of Cups, coming out of devastation, or being so upset that you're stuck in that devastation. And I'm going to go with being upset and being stuck in that devastation because, again, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse. And this is my Starman deck. Like I said, this is not for you guys. It's more for me. I'm pulling in such complex messages, so I don't show you this one that often because it's very, assaulting to your eyes. It, assaults your eyes the minute you see it. It's like, what is all of that? And it's very confusing for those of you who aren't into symbolization and all of that kind of stuff. But this is the 5 of Cups again. Both of these were at the bottom of the deck when I stopped shuffling. When I stopped shuffling the 3rd deck, what else came up except the Emperor? So we've got the Emperor making his appearance, letting me know that this is something that Aries is personally going through. So maybe this is a time when you're letting go of a lot of old things that no longer suit you, a lot of old bad habits and patterns. You've really learned the need for boundaries and balance right now. I feel like you may be able to weed these people out by putting up boundaries and gaining a balance in your perspective, seeing things in a fair way and a just way. And it's like you're stuck emotionally. There's something that you're fighting for or fighting about with yourself, mentally and emotionally. And then it's also manifesting on the outside to where you're literally having strife and arguments and a really, really rough time here. And showing me again the need to step back, the need to not argue, but to watch, hear and listen, which is not something that we always do as Aries. We like to talk. But it's telling you step back. I'm going to say this is in relation to a relationship. I think that whatever's been going on in your love life, your need to step back is what's keeping the situation calm. You staying calm, remaining calm, and having faith in who you are and what you're about is helping you to stabilize and balance your life out. So if you've had either relationship problems with your family, your significant other, oh yes, don't let me forget, 9 minutes in. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, wherever you have placed in your chart. If you need anything, information's in the box below. Email me, please, before you contact me on Messenger or Skype, and I will send you a list of services. Moving on. Anyway, and Aries, you know this, it can come in between yours or your partner's energy, so maybe they're going through something with their family as well, where they've realized that sometimes stepping back and listening, which is something that you haven't done before, is really the solution to a lot of the problems that may have been occurring in your life. Now, either you or your partner's had a bad luck streak for some time, and it's kind of forcing their hand to make choices, maybe cut out bills, or what's going to be paid this week, what's going to be paid next week type of thing. Because I feel like they're coming out of that rough spot. They're coming out of that rough spot, most definitely. Emotionally, they're having a rough spot, though. Emotionally, you're still going to need to be supportive. But that burden of carrying